Hello children, welcome to today's English class. In our last class, that means in part 3, we discussed the death of Algu's second bullock due to overworking of Samju Sahu without taking care of it properly. So children, today let's discuss what happened then in chapter 4. Children, listen to me carefully while I am reading this part. When Algu asked for the price of his bullock, both husband and wife said angrily, "This is amazing. He gave us a dying bullock and now wants the price for it." Algu had many enemies. They too gathered and helped Sahuji. Algu was helpless, but how could he lose 150 rupees? He lost his temper. The good people of the village gathered round and advised them to take the matter to the panchayat. Both Algu and Sahuji agreed to this. Children, next, 3 days after this, the panchayat again met under the same tree. Who should be the panch? Someone asked Algu. Algu replied, "Let Sahu have his own choice." Samju stood up and thundered, "Juman said on my behalf." Juman was at first surprised and then began to think to himself, "I am now a judge. Whatever I say now will be the voice of God. I should stick to the truth and nothing but the truth." Children, then the elders put many questions to both the parties. At last, Juman gave the decision. "Algu Chaudhary and Samju Sahu, the elders have considered your case carefully. Samju ought to pay the full price of the bullock. The bullock died only because it was driven too hard and no proper arrangement was made to feed it." Algu Chaudhary was happy. He got up and gave a loud cheer. "Long live the God, that is the Panch." Children, then, after a short while, Juman approached Algu and embraced him. He said, "Brother, after you gave your decision, I had become your mortal enemy. But today, I feel sure that God himself speaks through the Panch." Algu broke down. The tears washed away all the dust in their eyes. Children, let's discuss the meaning of some unfamiliar words of this part. First, thunder. It means to make loud noise like thunder. Next, stick to. It means adhere to commitment. Next, cheer. It means a loud shout. Children, next, embrace. It means to hug. Mortal. It means deadly. Children, the last one is breakdown. It means burst into tears. Children, let's discuss this part. When Algu asked for the price of his bullock, both Samju Sahu and his wife told angrily that he had given them a dying bullock, so they did not agree to pay for it. But do you know, children, what happened then? Yes, Algu had many enemies. They all gathered around Samju Sahu and they supported Samju Sahu. So Algu became helpless. But how could he lose 150 rupees? So he became very angry. But the good people of the village assembled and they advised them to call a panchayat to solve this problem. So finally, both Algu and Samju Sahu agreed with this proposal. So children, let's see what happened then. Children, 3 days after, the panchayat met under the same tree. At first, Algu was asked to select his panch, but he gave the chance to Samju Sahu. Samju Sahu stood up and declared Juman as his panch. At first, Juman was surprised, but later he thought himself as a judge. Whatever he said would be the voice of the God. The elders put many questions to both the parties. At last, Juman stood up and declared the decision. The elders of the panchayat considered their case. They decided that Samju Sahu should pay the full price of the bullock because the death of the bullock happened due to overworking of Samju Sahu without feeding properly to the bullock. So Algu became very happy with the judgment of the panchayat and he cheered loudly, "Long live the god," that is the Panch. Children, after a short while, Juman came to Algu and embraced him. He said to Algu, "Brother, after your judgment, I had become your mortal enemy. But today I realized that God himself speaks through the Panch." Algu broke down and the tears washed away all their enmities. Children, this was the time of reunion of two real friends. So finally, both Juman and Algu became good friends once again. Children, the moral of the story is, great power comes with great responsibility and it is proved in this story. Children, let's answer some questions of this part. Answer in a word or a phrase. Question number 1. What was the price of the bullock? Good, 150 rupees. 150 rupees. Then children, whose name did Samju Sahu declare to be the Panch? Very good, Zuman. Children, next, long live the god, that is the Panch. Who said this? Correct, Algu. Children, next, who approached Algu and embraced him? Very good, Zuman. Children, the last one is, what was the judgment of the second panchayat? Good, Samju Sahu should pay the full price of the bullock. Children, today we completed the story with an happy ending. I think you all must enjoy the story. Okay children, thank you. Bye bye.